My dog is your mind's best friend.
I'm not so sure.
My dog is your mind's best friend.
I don't know.
Wake up, America. You've got a dog that needs walking. That's right, sunshine. Just put on a big pot of strong coffee and get ready to type your little hate mail with your opinions about kumbaya and flat earth insanity. Stand-up comedy? You want stand-up comedy? Well, we've got sit-down comedy. It's time for Coffee with a Dog. You make me laugh.
Oh, welcome to the train wreck that never ends. And this is definitely a train wreck. Good morning, folks. It is, what is it? It's Friday, right? Wow, it's Friday, August 7th, 2026. And it looks like we got another technical train wreck going on. It looks like I'm all fuzzy. Maybe it's me. Maybe I'm just a fuzzy guy. Anyway, we have guests lined up this morning. Stan Croydon, father of the famous Queen Elizabeth Croydon, scheduled in the first hour. I'm assuming that's going to happen. And in the second, and we'll be talking about comic strips he's done. There you go. I don't know. It looks okay here. It looks fuzzy over there. It looks fuzzy. Am I looking fuzzy to you? Let me know in the chat room. Do you see me fuzzy? Am I fuzzy? Am I covered with fuzz? In the second hour, we have Galen Wilson, who has written a book, The Monument Method, about saving your marriage. He's also had a heart transplant. Like the Grinch, his heart grew 10 times its size that day. You know what? Who needs a heart? Who needs a heart when hearts can be broken? What song is that from? I don't know. Anyway, that's the story for today. So we're going to talk to those people, and I'm all fuzzy. What is this comment saying? Tell me I'm all fuzzy? You be fuzzy. I am fuzzy. Well, it's my cable company. I'm going to blame it on them. Maybe this will be less fuzzy, but I doubt it. Maybe your mama will approve, but I doubt it. So I can't even find my anti-fuzzy switch. I know I have an anti-fuzzy switch here somewhere. Oh, this is it right here.
This is what $500,000 in a duffel bag looks like, but if you look closer, it's actually not real. That's because it's actually prop money. It's what is used in movies, TV, music videos, and ads when the strip calls for tons of cash or for the bills to be destroyed. It looks realistic from a distance, but up close you can see it says for motion picture purposes. I got these from propmoney.com. They are the official industry standard. I also got some stacks from different decades, from the 90s, 2000s, and even money bands. You can get full print stacks and even blank filler stacks in any series. They also offer age stacks for a more realistic used look and bills that are fresh off the press like they came straight from the mint. If you want colored bills or custom design bills for any occasion or event, they have you covered. If you need to do a close-up, just put a real bill on top. Visit propmoney.com today to get your money seen or money shot right with Prop Money Inc.
Ladies and gentlemen, in the room with me now, a man who is not fuzzy, and also he looks real until you put a guy named Bill on top. I think that's the case. Good morning, G.D. Fenderson.
Good morning, America. MindDogTV.com, the place to go to get all your MindDogTV.com/merch stuff from your MindDogTV.com/merch department. Today is August. Well, this is August. The whole month. This whole month is August. And we're celebrating the birth of Hawaii and Matt.
It's August hot. That's what it is. August
Twin
hot.
Yes, twin brothers from a different mother, Hawaii and Matt.
Yeah. Me and Hawaii go way back. We're twins. I don't know if I look like Hawaii. That's why. We're not identical twins.
Well, you look like you're erupting, if that helps.
I'm having difficult with everything here because this is a train wreck of a show. You know that. It's always been a train wreck of a show. It will always be a train wreck of a show. Microphone problems, air conditioning problems. Fuzzy problems. It's just problems. I'm a problem child. And also, I'm wearing not my regular glasses, not even my secondary glasses, my third-ary glasses. So everything's all... I'm upset.
I think that's called tertiary.
Oh, all right. You know what? I could put on some first dairy glasses. How about that? And then I'll feel a little better about how the show's going. How about that?
Okay.
Do I look more handsome now with uh, no glasses on, or
Oh, absolutely, sure.
oh, I'm better with my first
He's
dairy
pretty.
glasses, my
Please tell him he's
primary first
pretty.
dairy glasses.
Yes, yeah, yeah. Please
Uh,
tell him he's pretty.
Yesterday I got to my paint class, and one of the nice ladies in the paint class said to me, "I was listening to your show this morning, and that guy says 580 something day of the sex offender administration," and I was like, "Oh, it's because I don't like to bring politics into the painting class thing because people could hate you over that." And I get, but she thought it was funny. But I was a little nervous as soon as she started saying, "Oh, but what do I say?" Blah, 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 blah. Apparently, she wasn't watching live yesterday, though. She was watching the day before on Mind Dog TV because I forgot to put the live show yesterday on the website. So she was watching the day before, and she said, "You're there." I'm like, "I'm not there. I'm here." Today I'm here, not there, but I'll be there after I'm here, if that makes any
That
sense.
explains why I got the message like within 2 minutes of saying this show sucks. There's no Matt. That
Oh,
explains a lot.
somebody wrote that. Well, you
Yep.
moderate them, ban them from the chat room. We can't have that negativity. Uh, you say negativity really fast; it could sound bad too. Um, but we can't have those people. You got to ban them. Somebody's saying that in the chat room. How dare they? Although I'm glad somebody missed me. You have any idea who it was?
No, no. I was hoping it was Sunshine, but it wasn't.
No sunshine. She's still missing.
Yeah.
I'm each day.
But on the okay, you froze up. But on the bright side, at least the numbers that I got to see in the studio were good for the show. So there's that. Even though there was no you and people were commenting, the show sucks without Matt. Uh, I we did okay. Matt is having technical difficulties. He's freezing. He's pixelating. He's uh, got no AC in his office, so he's sweating, and he thinks he's going to have a heart attack any minute now. So we're going to stand by. We're going to keep Matt on the air. If he has a heart attack, you'll be the first to know. Well, second, he'll know first, and then you'll know, and then I'll call his wife, and then she'll know. Okay, so that's the protocol. Matt has a heart attack. I tell you, I do the color commentary. Then I call his wife, and then she'll call the ambulance. Or I could just call the ambulance. I have his address and tell them to go there. He's having a heart attack. Uh, but since it's frozen, I won't know. He actually could be having a heart attack right now. He could be keeled over, but since the image is frozen on him in this position, it doesn't look like he's having a heart attack. It just looks like he's Mitch McConnelling. So now we have our first scheduled person today is Stan Croydon. As Matt said, he's not in the room yet, but I was going to show you. I guess yeah, I can show you some of the stuff that he's done. No, I'll wait till he shows up because I don't know the full context of it. But with some comic panels, some comic strip panels, to show once he gets in the room. I did my homework, and an hour or two, if things hold up, we will have uh, Galen Wilson, uh, and they're going to talk about the Monument Method Institute. Yeah, the Monument Methodist Institute, and basically try to save relationships. So we're going to discuss things with them. Now, the last time we talked, which would have been yesterday, and thank those of you who stuck around for the show. I appreciate it. I appreciate the feedback. We were well. Our issues with the remodel have been on paper resolved, so I'm not going to badmouth the company publicly. Um, Once we get the finished product, well, we'll let you know. But I have to fix a sink today. because the I well, one of the faucet part is just clogged. Apparently, I mentioned this like 2 or 3 years ago when we first started doing the show. We bought this house and it had just been flipped. And if you've ever, those of you out there who are about to buy a house, if it's a flipper, look for the shortcuts they took to make the place look nice. Because the whole point of flipping is to do things as cheaply as possible so that you can maximize your profit. One of the things that I always complained about was the bathtub. Whenever I stood in the tub to take a shower, it would squeak. It was like, and I'm like, and I think this thing is going to fall straight through the floor. And since we knew we were going to get the bathroom remodeled, it was one of those things like, yeah, we'll live with it for now. We'll live with it for now. We'll live with it for now. And when they finally wrecked things out to show us so that they could take the old tub out, the old tub was never attached to a wall. Never attached to a wall at all. Not even a little bit. Not even one screw. Not one. And the other thing they didn't do, or that they did do and they shouldn't have done, when you get a tub, if it's supposed to rest on the floor, it has like a little pad or something attached to the tub that's supposed to rest on the floor. It supports the tub, but it also has a little give. And it's attached. It's glued in. They removed it. And so the tub wasn't resting on the floor either. So for 5 years, maybe 6, every time we got in the tub, yes. So that's gone. That's taken care of. And the bathroom looks much bigger now because we took down the curtain and we have a glass door. And so we can see like an extra 2 feet into the bathroom. Like I said, if you look from the toilet back, it looks really good. It's just the doors are kind of messed up, but they're unfinished. The doors aren't painted, and there's like little nail marks. You can see where the nail gun did all the nailing on the door jambs. So, so I'm gonna be working on that today. They're coming back next week to fix the door stuff. We're gonna we'll do all that painting next week, and so that's where I left off yesterday when we ended the show. So that's it. But if you ever buy a house that's been flipped, please look for those shortcuts that they took. There's going to be shortcuts. And we're still finding them. It's been we've been in this house for almost 6 years, and we're still finding the shortcuts that they took. We have in the room with us while we're waiting for Matt to come in, Queen Elizabeth, who I don't know if she's back from conquering England and reclaiming her town. I have not talked to her yet, but we'll find out if she's reclaimed her town. We'll find that out. Or if she's been teetoing. We're going to get caught up. We're going to caught up to find out if she's been conquering or teetoing. Those are the only 2 choices. You conquer or you teeto. That's it. And we're going to find out what she's been doing. Or if she's invented a third method, a third technique. We're going to find all that out. 3, 2, 1. Good morning, Your Highness. So have you been teetoing or doing a third thing?
I have teetoed through the tulips, to the movies, to see the movie Michael, and I have puenteed and kept the rhythm in my heart. How are you, GD?
Good.
Thank you for remembering the first and most important Jackson 5 commandment, thou shalt teeto.
Oh, of course. When I first heard you say that, I told you that inspired me. That inspired me to homage it. I did not steal it. I did homage it. and I did it
I
once.
love that. Some people make collages, other people make homages. I love
Yes, I
that.
make homages. I do. I make homages,
I
and
I like homaging too.
yes, and I like it when I do an homage and someone recognizes the homage.
Oh
And
yes.
that's and I like
Especially when it's an obscure homage.
yes. I do whenever I do a longer set, I do at least one homage to Bob Newhart.
Oh
And
gosh. One of
only
my dad's
yeah,
favorites, Bob Newhart.
yeah. And so when I do that, like I said, only one person has ever said to me, "That's like Bob Newhart." I'm like, "Yeah, thank you, yes." And I've been doing a version of an homage to Bob Newhart since 2016.
I like Larry, Daryl, and Daryl.
Yeah. Never, I've never, no. I actually just stole the style. His one-sided conversations.
Oh, my father
Like
is an
the
expert
yeah
at that.
yeah like the driving instructor. I love
I
that
don't
bit.
know that one.
There's like maybe 4 or 5 different versions of it.
He just has an ongoing observatory monologue that he does out loud, right?
Well, kind of what it is there's someone in the room with him, and you don't know what they're saying except for by what he's saying.
Oh, right on, right
Yeah,
on. I
so
have to rewatch
yeah.
some of his shows.
Oh yeah, it's hilarious. It holds up to this day. And there's something else that I would love to be able to do an homage to, but you can't without looking like a
What is
complete
that?
thief.
What is that?
Bob and Ray, they have a bit called The Slow Talkers of America.
Those are the Canadians, right?
I
Bob and
think
Ray.
so. Yes.
They come out in plaid in a cabin. They host
I-
their show in a cabin.
No. That's excellent. Blah, excellent. Well, something world. Wayne's World. That's Wayne's World, I think.
No. Wayne's World are the rockers. Bob and Ray are the fishermen.
Oh, okay, right. No,
right?
yeah,
Or no?
No, there was. Let me see. No, Bob and Ray were comedians back in like the 50s and 60s.
Oh, okay. All right.
I'm hoping I got the name right. But
now I'm wondering if I have one of their albums. Gosh.
They have a bit that's so funny and it's so frustrating. It's frustrating and funny because it's a man on the street interview. The interviewer finally is getting someone from the street to talk to him, and the person he's talking to is there for a convention for the Slow Talkers of America. And so the interviewer is like this to say, "So why are you here?" And he'll like, "I am here." So I'm starting to laugh already. But that's how he does his answer. And the person's doing the interview is getting so frustrated, he's trying to finish the sentences for him. And it's just hilarious.
Sure.
But you can't steal that. You can't do it. You can't do it. I don't know. I do not know how to do it justice without outright stealing it. So, and now I lost Liz. See, that's it. I think it's me. I've lost Matt. I've lost Liz. You know what it is? I just like being by myself. That's what it is. When I'm really by myself, I plan footage of stuff. I don't have any footage planned. Sorry. Yeah. But yesterday, I was telling my wife that I'm running out of stuff to show people on Thursday. No, well, okay. I'm not running out of stuff per se. I have stuff that I can show, but some of it's stuff that's been on YouTube and stuff, and I don't want to get a copyright strike, even though it's my stuff, because we've gotten that. And so I'm reluctant to show you anything that I've posted out there on the internet, or that's going to give us a problem, a strike. I've been safe so far for the past 8 Thursdays, I think it's been. And it is fucking embarrassing, Mr. Tail. Thank you, Mr. Tail. Yes, Matt is back.
No, he's not. Yeah, I'm just
Oh,
he's not back.
You missed Elizabeth. She was in, and then I lost her.
Wow.
You're still fuzzy though, so you may go out again.
Huh.
You're fuzzy and you're max headrooming.
Wow. That's weird.
Yeah.
We're cursed. I'm cursed. It's a cursed world. What can I do? I told you this was going to be a train wreck of a show. Well, I didn't tell you, but I told the world that, and I was right.
Yeah. Well,
What
you're
happened?
always. Yeah.
What happened with Elizabeth? Was it the internet stuff like me? Or
I don't know. When she first started off, we had the normal crackling sound, and then that went away. And then Elizabeth and I were talking, and then I think she said something like, "Glenn, you're talking too fucking much. Shut up, or I'm leaving." And in the middle of a sentence, she left. So I think that's what happened. That's the way I'm telling the story anyway. I mean, you can go back on the video and see if it happened that way, but that's my version.
I would have to have internet to go back and check the video, and so.
Oh, yeah. Well, and now Elizabeth is yelling something. Shut up, you rotten little. Oh, I can't read her lips because when I put the cursor over it, the add to stage covers her mouth, so I can't even read her lips. That's funny. So now I have to assume I know what she's saying because I can't read her lips and I can't hear her. I guess we could bring her in the room and find out what she's saying.
I could, but I don't have any internet.
Okay, then we're bringing her in 3, 2. There you go. I wonder when she said something in her mouth. I wonder when she said something in her
there
mouth.
now? I don't have any internet.
Yeah, she's here now, and she's been
teetoing.
How is Matthew broadcasting without internet? You guys are so fancy. I'm sorry I had to leave.
Well, we have great 1990 technology working for us.
You have
Are
great.
You talking to her? Because I have no internet.
Yeah, I'm talking. Yes, I'm talking to her.
Well, that's great. I'm glad I'm not the only one with technical difficulties.
I have them on Thursdays. I have technical difficulties. When I'm by myself and there's no one to help me, that's when I have them.
That's great.
Good morning, Elizabeth.
Good morning, Matthew.
My cable company, when I call them to say the internet is down, they say, we need your 4-digit access code. I type what I would expect my 4-digit access code to be, and they say, that's not it. What you need to do is go log into your account and get your 4-digit ID account code. I was like, I have no internet. I can't log in to get my access code. I need your 4-digit access code. Well, I don't have my. Can I talk to a real human? So I have no internet.
I'm so sorry. I'm happy.
Good morning, Ann from California. Ann from caller from California says, "Hi guys, Elizabeth. So nice to see you." Ann from California. Thank you.
Thank you. Who was that?
Ann from California, Bakersfield, California.
You're on the right on. I love Bakersfield. Wasabi.
You criticize, but you don't know me. You don't know the way I feel. How many of you have ever shown me or walked the streets of Bakersfield? That's Dwight Yoakam or something. That's a bastardization of Dwight Yoakam. He's from Bakersfield.
Oh, I
know Dwight Yoakam's a bastard. I don't know anything about his parents, and you know he's a bastard.
Oh.
You said he was a bastard. I didn't. You did.
No, that was a bastardization of Dwight Yoakam.
Oh.
All right.
The only Yoakams I know are from Little Abner.
No, Dwight Yoakam, guitars, Cadillacs, and hillbilly music. The only thing that keeps me hanging on. You don't know Dwight Yoakam? Buck Owens. You know Buck Owens?
Okay, has Dwight Yoakam ever been arrested for drunk driving?
He got arrested for being Buck Owens.
I was watching. My wife and I were watching something on the television. It's an old footage of people caught drunk on camera, and Randy Travis was one of the people that they caught.
Dwight Yoakam.
And Randy Travis was drunk, passed out in the back of his pickup truck, naked.
On the other hand,
naked. And so they answer, and the police show up and they get him out of his car. He's naked. They put him in the police car naked because I don't know why. I think police cars should come equipped with hospital gowns. So at least you have that on them instead of having a naked person getting body juices all over the seat, so that the next naked person is swapping body fluids.
Oh,
Body juices
I
and
don't
body
want to think
fluids.
about
I
that.
think juices and
Body
fluids.
juices. Ew, on the police seat. Ew.
No,
Ew.
and no, and no. No and no. You see how I say no and no? What am I
Yeah,
saying?
no and no.
Buck Owens is from Bakersfield. Merle Haggard is from Oklahoma. I'm proud to be an Okie from Muskogee. He moved to Bakersfield.
Are you sure he was not just raised there? Like, he could have been born in Bakersfield, and then his
No.
parents moved when he was like
you got
3 hours old.
You got it completely backwards. He was born in Oklahoma, raised in Oklahoma, went to Bakersfield after going to jail in California for a while.
Was he naked? Because those country artists seem to get naked a lot and
He
drink
was in
and
the
get naked
back
and pass
seat
out.
of Randy Travis's car.
Yes,
naked.
yes. I think that's a prerequisite.
But
I mean,
on the other,
what country artist hasn't been drunk in the back of Randy Travis's pickup naked?
Hank Porter.
Well, he's
Wow.
got okay, you got one, but that's because he was naked and drunk in Japan.
Right. I'm moving today, going deep into the desert in Maricopa. Maricopa? I thought that was Arizona. No?
Uh-oh.
Don't move
And
to Arizona.
did you have something to do with Sunshine's disappearance? Is that why you're moving?
Yeah. Oh, they both have a boulevard named after them. They both. He makes 3 people. Both of them have a boulevard named after them. 3 people, both of them.
I think to save money, they should just have one boulevard named after them, but southbound traffic is named after on one side, and northbound traffic gets the other name. So if you're going,
called Bakersfield Boulevard, right?
Well, if I'm just saying, if you're going northbound on Bakersfield Boulevard, it's Merle Haggard Road, and if you're going southbound, it's Buck Owens. That way you
What
can have
happens
one
to Dwight
road.
Yoakam?
That's the yellow line.
That's if you get into a crash. Oh, by the way, and I'm expecting Stan Croydon to pop in at some point. But
yeah. Stan is on a new med, and he woke up, and he went back to bed.
All right, good for him. We were looking at some of his comics, trying to figure out some of his comic.
Yeah, because
couple karma or something.
Carpool Karma. He said that he really wants to be on, but please understand his new medications are really.
No, I want some of his new medications myself.
Yeah.
I was hoping he would just bring some new medications.
Yeah. I'll send you some.
But if I may go back to this, we were talking about a crash, right?
Some
Were
later.
we talking about a car crash? Did somebody mention a car crash? I think it was me.
I meant, probably you. But see, look, I came ready. I came ready. See?
Oh,
yay!
Yeah,
this
I
is
was
my
ready to talk.
father's comic strip. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's way too small for these eyes. Can you zoom in? Zoom in. No, you can't zoom in.
Can I zoom in?
I
probably could solo it out, right?
I don't know.
Like that.
Are these available to the public anywhere, Elizabeth?
Not
can they
yet.
buy these?
Not yet. He's working on determining what his next move is. John Holland was kind enough. He found them visiting our house and wanted to electronically scan them. So they're up, and now we just got to figure out which outlet to go to. My dad was in a carpool for a very long time after he stopped commuting, and then he hired an artist to do his illustrations, and it's one of his passion projects.
Because one of the things I wanted to ask him about is if he was going to redo some of the dialogue, only because some of the dialogue itself is like 1990s or something like that. It seems. I'm just saying.
What was he asking about Nirvana? Where's Nirvana playing?
No. His car. He was talking about the new technology in the car, which included an AM/FM cassette. AM/FM cassette VCR,
Yeah.
and 120 channels on the cable.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking, okay, that's like now it'd be like satellite, and it'd be 500 channels, and
Yeah.
And nothing
and
on.
then it'd be what's AM/FM? It's more like XM Sirius or something like that. So I didn't know if he was going to
Right.
update it. So
Not
that's what I was wondering.
now.
I was
Yeah,
wondering if
so.
it was like a
You
if
get
he
a
was.
writer's credit, GD.
Well, no, I was just curious. I didn't know if it was like an anthology, like this is like there's more work coming. So like it would start when he started, like whenever it was. Let's say
Oh, I
1990.
wish he had worked on it that long. No, he
Oh, okay.
stopped at some point, and he's picked it. He found it after my mother's death, and he picked it back up and had it out to show his granddaughter. And John Holland came over and said, "This is great. I'd love to scan this." And so.
Wow.
So, and I thought, oh, what a wonderful thing for my dad to do. Matt and GD are so good at drawing people out. I'll have him come on the show and he can talk about his art and his science. And you have me instead.
Science. Science. You know, this is the #1 science program in my house.
Yeah, wow. That's great.
Yeah.
We're also #1 in in Zimbabwe.
Sweet. Well, my dad
to
steered satellites to avoid Vietnam with electromagnets and saved IBM $14 million back in 1960, whatever. And they loved him so much that they gave him a scholarship to law school. And he was able to get his law degree and went on from IBM to a government career at labor and interior.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, me too.
the lawyer stuff. You know, just because maybe it's good that we keep him and GD apart because GD hates lawyers. I mean,
No, I do not hate lawyers. I think they are a necessary evil. There's a difference.
He doesn't practice law.
Yeah.
But that's good.
Lawyers,
That's good for him.
Yeah.
Law takes a lot of practice, and if you don't practice it, you're pretty sloppy with it. Like me.
He's got
But-
big brush strokes on the contracts.
Heavy Kev says GD. My new meds make GD extra funny. I think you should pass some of those to Blind Mike immediately. And then
no,
GD.
I would just settle for funny, not even extra funny. I would just settle for funny.
Right.
And my next show, I would just hand that med out to people and say, "Look,
That's what I
this
was going
makes
to
me
say.
funny."
If you got enough, you probably have to. Well, you have to bring at least 3 for your entire theater.
Wow! So I sold out.
Wow,
Man.
Yeah. Well, that's what they say about you.
Because I'm used to having two people in the audience, but my wife has to come.
All right, may I tell you about my carpool karma chaos, whatever? Because I wanted to tell you about that. Yesterday, I was at a stoplight, stuck there for like 3 minutes. I see a motorcycle coming. He's in the turning lane, and the guy turns his head around, and he hits me straight on, head-on collision with a motorcycle while I'm stopped. He falls off the bike, and now he wants to fight me. What the fuck is wrong with you? It's like, I guess I was just sitting on my brake, which I'm not supposed to do, sitting at a red light. What the fuck is wrong with me? You hit me head on, and I wasn't moving. And the guy, it was getting down to fight time. He was ready to kick my ass. And then I hear, whoop, cop in the McDonald's parking lot comes running over. He goes, I saw the whole thing. What are you angry about?
Oh, no, you're in trouble, Matt, because the cop saw the whole thing. You know you're going to get in trouble for hitting a motorcycle while parked. You know you're going to get a ticket for that.
He knew first of all, he was in the turning lane, and he had his head looking behind him when he hit me. And
right, that's proper motorcycle protocol. Go ahead. See, you sound like you've never ridden a motorcycle, man.
I never rode a motorcycle. I did not know that. So that
explains it. Anne is a proficient motorcyclist. She will explain to you why that man has done everything right, and you being parked there for some stupid reason at a stop sign or a red light.
Red light.
Yeah, go ahead. Red light. Oh, that's even worse. You don't park at a red light. You roll
I
through
didn't
it
park.
slowly.
I didn't put it in park. I was in drive, but my foot was on the brake, and I had not moved.
No, you're
Anyway, the
supposed
cop.
to do a rolling stop. You're in New York. You don't come to a complete stop. You just pause and roll through.
Oh.
Pause.
Well,
roll through.
The cop
My
saw the whole
mom
thing. He
calls
let me.
them murder cycles.
He let me go. The cop let me go and arrested the other guy. So fuck
There
him.
is no God. There is no God. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
There's no God.
There is no God. No justice. No peace.
Wow. All right, so that's my. But the weirdest
That's a
thing, I mean,
lie.
how
Every
many
time
people
I come
can?
on this show, someone's beating you up at a mall. Someone's running.
Well, he didn't beat
into
me
a
up. He wanted to
bar.
beat me up. Oh, and then last night, a guy with a Trump hat wanted to beat me up at the dollar store. Very weird.
You know what's
Because
going
they had
down at
this
the
long
dollar
line.
store? They're jerking
They
off
had this.
in the parking lots and coming on women in the dollar stores. It's
Yeah, I
called
know.
sharking.
I'm in a dollar store, and it's getting close to closing time, and there's a super long line. And then the manager comes out and says, "I'll take the next person here." And then everybody went running over there. And now the one guy almost hit me with his little shopping cart. Yeah, had a shopping cart with 6 items in it, and they were all small, like candy. He was carrying 6 bags of candy.
Wow.
And he almost hit me. He goes, "I go." All right, dude. And then he's checking out, and I look up and I see he's wearing a Trump hat, and I just go, "Figures." And he, what? You got a problem with Trump? Yeah, a little bit. He goes, "What's your problem with Trump?" Yeah. He said, "What's your problem with Trump?" I said, "I'm in a dollar store. That's my problem with Trump." I would have never been in a dollar store in my life had it not been for Donald Trump and his
Hail
prices
and
on everything.
hallelujah.
Yeah. And also, I just came from the vets, and we don't need him killing more American youth while he's dressing up as a general with Patton and
Oh my gosh, he is just
Stolen valor.
bloodthirsty. He is really invalid. When do we put him in jail? I just want him to go to jail.
Never.
He's
never.
a bona fide rapist now. Doesn't he face some sort of?
Well, the bona fide is what made him rape.
You know, I know other bona fide men. They don't rape.
Oh, okay. Well, you know what? In our second hour today, we're going to get a bona fide man, a man who is
Nice.
he helps men get over erectile dysfunction somehow. I think it's called
I do that.
Stop Beating Off. Stop beating off, and you'll have plenty of dick left for your wife. That's all I'm going to say.
Well, if you do save your sperm in your orgasm, they say that you do achieve more vitality.
I did not know that.
That's what they say.
I want to know that.
You know what you save it in, like a mason jar?
Yeah, your inner mason jar.
I think somebody put some in my coffee.
It's right by your cannabinoid receptors. Your inner mason.
Cannabinoid.
Jar. Yeah.
Cannabinoid.
Cannabinoid. Cannabinoid. Cannabinoid.
That's very funny. But Galen Wilson. Stop with the FaceTiming me. Who's FaceTiming me now?
CBD. What?
Somebody's FaceTiming me. Don't be FaceTiming me now. No wonder I'm fuzzy.
Shave your face with some mace in the jar. Wow, for someone without internet, you're doing real well, Matt.
I don't have any internet.
It's in
because I don't have my access code. Wait, let me log in to see if I can get my access code. I don't know.
This is the first
wow.
We're attorneys. That explains the eyebrows.
I love
it. Elizabeth looks like my friend Lori Wolf.
I'm ready to cast a spell.
Justice is negotiable.
I just said you look like my friend Lori Wolf. Now Lori's going to say, "Didn't you just call me a witch?"
We don't win cases, we bite outcomes.
What's wrong with witches? Look at Mary Magdalene. Come on.
Mary Magdalene was a witch?
No. But look at this. It says, we don't win cases, we buy outcomes. That's really good. I like that.
I look pretty evil, don't I?
I can't read this one thing because the Mind Dog logo is over the top word. Let's see.
Right.
Don't know if I can see that one.
We lost Elizabeth again. Why are you always losing Elizabeth? And we're
Wasn't my
43
turn to
minutes
watch
into
her.
this catastrophe.
It wasn't my turn to watch her. You know that.
Oh, it was me?
Yes.
How did I do it? I don't even have internet.
Yeah, but I'm busy trying to. Okay, it says innocent people make the best clients. That's what it says. Okay.
Innocent people make the next best clients.
Yeah.
All right, I guess. I wanted to talk about, because we were talking about, she said bona fide rapist and blah, 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 blah. Remember what she said, bona fide rapist?
Oh, I thought she said one with a boner. Never mind.
So there was a story here. You want to take that picture out of my face because it looks like I'm going to sue myself.
Okay, let me just
1, 2,
do
3,
something real
4,
quick
I
and
have
I'll get it out of your
8.
face. It's out of your face.
All right, now you got another one all queued up. Look at you. You're like Mr. Cue Ball. Stream is not working well on Twitch at all. Hopped over to YouTube. It's not working there much at all either. Everything sucks. It's because of me. And you know what happened?
Slaptail says it's due to him. He says right here, thanks to me. It says right there.
Yeah, no, he takes credit for way too much. But I reduced my cable bill, and I think they're fucking with me. And I didn't save that much. I went from $160 a month for cable down to like $145 a month.
Wait a second. Now, when you said you reduced it, was this something you worked with them, or did you just decide to pay them $15?
No, I called them and they said, you know, well, you don't need this. You could cut $15 by doing this. I said, yeah, do it. And I think what they said, that means we're gonna fuck with you every morning at 9 a.m. And just said, nope. Don't fuck with me like that. For $15 a day. $15 a month buys me every day of somebody fucking with me. All right. I wanted to tell you about, because we're talking about bona fide. Can you hear me? Because I have no internet.
I can hear you. I can hear you. Believe me, when I can't hear you, you'll know because I'll be smiling.
Yesterday, in my news feed, there was a story of a local man down by Poospatuck. You know Poospatuck.
Yes, the place to go to get all of your drug needs.
No, not all your drug needs, just weed.
I was saying your drug needs.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I need more than that. But let's face it, I'm not normal. There's a story about a 19-year-old man from down there who he was on Grindr. You know, this Grindr app.
Right.
Ron King will tell you about it. He sent somebody a picture of him fucking his dog. And the guy reported it to the police. The police raid his house and find him fucking the dog and arrest him. And then he also had child pornography. But everybody's commenting on it like it's really funny. Like you can joke about that. It's not funny. I mean, look at it from the dog's perspective.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. What if you're the dog? It's not funny.
Right. But I guess I asked an inappropriate question. I said, what was the dog wearing? And apparently that's...
yeah, that is inappropriate because now you're saying the dog was asking for it.
How do we know the dog wasn't?
You don't ask a rape victim what they were wearing. So now you're saying what was the dog wearing when the man raped it? You're blaming the dog.
So I'm a bad guy. That makes me doggedness or anti-doggedness.
I didn't say you were a bad guy. I'm just saying you do not blame the rape victim, and you don't.
I don't know.
The dog what was wearing because you're saying the dog is asking for it. That's all I'm saying.
Wow.
I don't know. I guess it was a female dog, right? Bitch.
Don't know. I don't know. And
so what you're saying is I shouldn't act as the guy's lawyer because I was gonna, maybe the dog was asking for it. You see a dog in a miniskirt. Who's not gonna fucking rape that? I mean,
I'm not.
Fucking Christ! Oh my God!
I'm not.
Some people thought it was funny. Anyway, I don't think it's funny. A 19-year-old man, his life is ruined. He's caught fucking his dog. They arrest him for that. Then they find child pornography. He started with the kids and then escalated to dogs. I mean,
Oh
Yeah,
my
that's the weirdest
God.
thing, because usually at least with serial killers start with animals and work their way to people. So you're saying this guy started with people and worked his way to animals?
I'm not saying that. I'm wondering if that's the case. It seems like that.
Oh,
Seems like
bet
that's
you
the
were his
case
attorney.
because he had an archive full of child pornography, but they caught him fucking his dog.
Oh,
Okay.
jeez.
It says Matt does listen to my podcast. I knew it.
Why did they fuck dogs on his podcast? Do they
I
rape
think they were
dogs?
talking about that on their show Thursday.
On talking about raping dogs?
I
Well,
can't.
Stephen Driphausen, but same
What?
thing.
How do you know it's
Steven
rape?
is on all fours. Also, he can't walk. He's wheelchair bound.
Oh
You
my.
you take away his wheelchair. He's just as low as a dog. He's right there on all fours.
I have why didn't the dog report it? I mean, so
Sometimes
maybe,
it takes years to report it.
and how do we know the dog didn't consent? Did the dog say it didn't consent, or are we just assuming because
Well, who let the dog out?
he let
No,
the
the
dog?
dog is wondering who let the guy in. Now the dog is saying who let the guy in. That's the dog wants to know that.
And it's terrible that people want to make fun of this situation because different guy, an attorney, got caught on camera with his wife. That's a whole different with his wife.
No, condoms have been found in animals, in animate objects, dead people. It's the problem is not what anyone is wearing. The problem is
the condom.
People with
Obviously,
dicks.
the problem is the condom. Otherwise, what is the condom doing inside of dead people and animals and stuff? There's a problem with condoms. They need to be banned.
I've
I
never
did not
looked
know,
at a dog.
honestly, before Elizabeth mentioned that, I did not know the condoms were so prevalent and involved in all of these crimes. I did not know. So the problem is the condom. We need to ban condoms.
Don't you have a chance to get away while the guy's putting his condom on? That to me, that would be like, okay, this is the perfect time to plan my escape.
Some guys can do it with one hand while they're restraining me with the other.
I think it's tragic that people want to make fun of this situation. But
no, I'm not making fun of it. I'm making light of it. There's
not you. I'm talking about the people who were commenting all these jokes about it.
No, yeah. See, I'm making light of it because obviously it wasn't a black guy doing it. So I'm making light of it. That's what I'm doing. Obviously, it's not a black guy doing all these crimes. I'm making light of it. I'm sorry.
But what is wrong with the our youth? Because I don't know,
That's
probably
a
old guys
t-shirt,
do it
GD.
too.
You need to make that t-shirt.
I can't afford the one I can't make now. But see, this is the thing, Elizabeth. You have the kind of clout where you could actually just say, you could walk around the Church of Satire and just say, I'll make a nice T-shirt, and then you say it, and then Jim would go, "You're right," and make a T-shirt for you for that.
I miss Jim. I love Jim.
He may only make one T-shirt, but he'll make it for you.
I love him. He's great.
I don't know if Heavy Kill can get on this, but a guy.
I knew the church.
I don't know,
when it was just a weed
ChatGPT.
stool.
The AI stuff probably won't allow for a 19-year-old kid a picture, doing a cartoon artwork of a 19-year-old kid, with his
prompt
dog.
and see what it comes up with.
Yeah,
but here is the therapist in the dollar store.
Yeah.
Oh my goddess. I love it.
And you know what? The guy needed a shopping cart for 6 bags of candy, which is really, come on, dude. You're not gonna fight. You're not gonna fight anybody. You can't even carry 6 bags of candy around.
It's all that candy.
I'm
doing it to him. My dad is addicted to Pepsis, and we had to pull the plug on the caffeinated Pepsis because he went completely nonverbal on me one night and responded to me with.
Probably wouldn't do that with Coke. This is the Pepsi Coke taste test.
That's why I drink RC.
But if I could just close out the segment on dog raping.
I thought we had closed that segment out. We had mentioned it in like 45 seconds.
Right. This is why you can't trust This is why you can't trust people on Grindr, right? You go send them. You send them in confidence, a little picture of you banging your dog, and they
Oh my
automatically assume
God.
that's rape, and they call the cops on you. I mean, what kind of grinder pal is that? That's not going to. Oh, that's cute. You're banging your dog, and just let it slide. But no, you got to call the cops on the.
We're assuming that another dog, maybe the dog's ex didn't send it, because a lot of exes will do that. They will
You know what?
find
They didn't
stuff.
say what breed the dog was. I mean, what if it was like a Chihuahua or something, and you just like destroying it? Uh, or what if it was like one of those giant what are they called, giant
Great
Pyrenees?
Dane, Saint
Saint
Bernard, they didn't.
Bernard.
Yeah,
Irish
and it's so
Wolfhound,
big that it
they
didn't
don't
even
A,
know
know
it's
it
ma-
was being
a
raped.
mastiff.
Mastiff.
That's
Yeah,
nasty.
Mastiff. And that's a
Right. So
Mastiff right
it's
there.
so big that it doesn't even know it's being raped. It just feels like maybe I got a hemorrhoid or something. What's back there? Something.
Well,
I
maybe
don't
I
know.
think it should be called a massive stiff, not just a mastiff. We'll have
Anyway,
to
Oh
look.
my
I have to look
God.
to see how that's written in the Urban Dictionary.
I'm not sure how the prosecutor is going to get the dog to testify.
How you gonna get the dog off?
I don't. Yeah.
Or get the man? Not to get the man off, because the dog is the one who's the dog.
Right,
The
get
dog
the
is
man off by
innocent
showing him pictures of kids
of the
and dogs.
dog, right?
Kids and dogs, kids and dogs, kids
Right.
and dogs.
The attorney gets the man off by showing him pictures of the dog, and that's
Yeah. So, but I don't know if a jury would convict without the testimony of the dog. And the dog might take the fifth.
Well, where
Now,
is the dog? I came here to have coffee with it.
New York. The dog is in Puspatuck. Now,
All right, we
now
can sort that thing out.
obviously I'm not a lawyer. I mean, I did study law. I studied 20 years at the School of Law and Order, Dunk, and so
Bakersfield?
but I believe that the dog's previous testimony, if it was under oath, like let's say in chambers or something, could be treated as if it were like a dying declaration if the dog is not available to testify. I believe.
Yeah, you know what? If I were a lawyer, I would just play the clock, play the long game, play the time, run out the
It's
clock.
true, you don't know how old the dog is. It probably has about 20 years. If the dog is already 19, if you can delay it for 20 years. But then the testimony of a dying dog, that's what I'm saying, it gets in there. I think then it would, yeah. The defense would be better off if the dog is alive, just not testifying.
Oh God.
The kid's 19 years old, and this has got me really concerned. Like, what is happening to our youth that, because generally it takes like 50 years to get that perverted and crazy. I mean, how do you do it in 19 years? He's on the fast track.
Saw a bunch of whores,
Yeah.
fucking donkeys in Tijuana on the internet, and
Well, it's the internet. Yeah, they're learning things faster than we did. We had to learn things from older siblings and stuff.
you know,
and by the
I
time
never
we mastered them, we
Googled
were
how
like,
to rape a dog.
right.
I
I
never.
didn't learn that when I was younger.
Thank you for bringing up the donkey, because my friend Doug Stanhope, he has this book, No Encore for the Donkey, and in that, and I know it's donkey or whatever. I don't say donkey.
Don
Right?
Quixote. It's Don
Yeah.
Quixote.
He's in his book, No Encore for the Donkey. He says that it's not real. It never happened. And I know for a fact, at least it tried to happen. We went down to Juarez. Lou Bogle.
Oh my God.
Lou Bogle had a handful of prop money and a stack. It looked real. And he was desperate. He wanted to see the donkey show and couldn't find one. So he paid this old man $2, two American dollars, to have his daughter, his 15-year-old daughter, Mexican, go jerk off the donkey. But the donkey wasn't down with it. As soon as the girl went to touch the donkey's dick, the donkey kicked, and the girl went back into the wood of the barn. She hit her head on it, and then the guy whose daughter it was got real angry, came in with the shotgun and started shooting the donkey. And before you know it, the Mexican police were in there, and it was just like a. But so
I can't believe I
the
booked
point
my
I'm.
dad on this show.
That's okay, Matt. That
You
sounds
get
like
the
a kid's
point?
nursery rhyme. That actually, you tell this. It sounds like a kid's nursery rhyme. It's like 2, 4, 6. She grabbed the donkey's dick. The donkey was upset, so the donkey kicked. That kind of thing. That sounds like a nursery rhyme.
Well, somebody accused me of being Dr. Seuss yesterday. Well, that's a whole other story.
I think they meant Dr. Sousa. That's what
But
you
if
were
I may,
watching the kids'
just
nursery
elaborate on the
rhymes.
point I was struggling to make there is the donkey show may be a myth, But that doesn't mean you can't make it happen if you have enough American Dream.
Oh my God.
I don't know
Yeah.
why you'd want to make
So,
it happen.
Yeah, Matt, I think the person was calling you Dr. Sousa because you like to march to kitty rhymes.
No, it was because of the lyrics to my song, Nobody Else Is Like Me. You remember that song, don't you? Remember Nobody Else Is Like Me?
I remember
They said it sounds
no one in the song
sounds like
me. I
Dr.
remember
Seuss.
that.
I can't believe I wrote those lyrics. It sounds like Dr. Seuss. I'll tell you the lyrics. Nobody else is like me. That's one thing I can guarantee. And it's quite enough because I've done different stuff that my life turned out differently. Although I'm different, it don't mean I'm strange. And yet I happen to be. But nobody else is like me. Nobody else is like you. You may not believe it is true. You're one of a kind, a genuine find. And here's one thing I wish that you knew. Although you're alone, although you're different, you're not all alone. There's some things that we all go through, and nobody else is like you. And it goes on. It goes on there. But does that sound like a Dr. Seuss thing, or is it just because I'm narrating it like a Jew?
I don't think that it sounds Dr. Seuss. It does sound.
Fuck.
I don't know. What are you doing? You're loading up pictures, aren't you? Don't load up any pictures of dog rape. What is this? This looks like dog rape. I don't know if I can allow dog rape on this.
That just looks like puppy love. That's just puppy love.
What is that dog? What is that dog I'm kissing? And what kind of dog is that? Do you know? It's got the rug face. They have that face that's like made out of rug.
It could be a Mastiff. It could be a
Jesus Christ.
I got a Saint Bernard.
God, my heart.
You know what?
Chihuahua.
I think you might have just figured you cracked the case, Sherlock. The guy's from Mastic. He probably had a Mastiff. He had a Mastiff. He had a stiffy for a Mastiff and Mastic.
Matt, you're like 15 minutes behind that pun. Elizabeth and I beat that pun with the stick 15 minutes ago.
You beat that pun off?
I beat no one and nothing.
Well, luckily the cops saw the whole thing, so. All right.
I can remove that because.
Oh my gosh.
Elizabeth, are you a dog person or are you a cat person? Do you have pets?
I like them both. I like dogs and cats both. I love guinea pigs. Love guinea pigs.
Italian pigs?
Yeah, Italian
Yes.
pigs. Yeah. That's right.
Oinka, oinka, oinka.
Italian pigs make the best sausage, I gotta say.
I say oinka. What's the matter for you? Oinka, oinka. Yes.
You know, what if I did that for you in your little accent there? Your little, what are you? You Irish, Scottish? What are you? Irish, Scottish?
54% Bantu, 27% European, 9% Ashkenazi Jew, 2% Native American from the Skim
Why
tribe.
would I ask a Nazi Jew?
That's why they're only 9%. There's not many of us Nazi Jews.
Nazi Jews. George Soros is a Nazi Jew, right?
I believe he is.
Now, why did Soros always forget to send me my check? Because I've been to the things that he organizes, and I never got it.
You're assuming that he has not been sending you your check and your wife hasn't been cashing it.
You
Is
gotta
that the
get
show?
one
Are
of
we
those
done?
apps that checks for
Are we
your
done?
401k. I
the
think we
show
are.
over?
I think we're done. I think we've raped a dog.
No, we did not. No, we did not.
Imagine the nice ladies who come to my paint class tuning into this for the first time and thinking that this is what this show is. Can you imagine that? Well, maybe
You could always say, if you watch on Wednesday, there was no Elizabeth and there was no dog raping on the show. If you watch on Monday, there's no Elizabeth and there's no dog raping. Obviously, Elizabeth is the one who introduced that. Even so,
What?
I'm just saying that's Matt's alibi.
I never heard that. I never heard that.
God.
I think if the alibi is I have no internet. It couldn't have been me. Couldn't have been me. I have no internet. Because Apparently, my internet access code does not match my PIN number, which you would think, if not that I'm giving away my PIN number, but you would think.
We all know 1, 2, 3, 4, Matt. It's not like you have this secret formula. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4. Everybody knows that.
That's the drummer's PIN number. I'm not the drummer anymore. I was the drummer at one point, but now I'm not the drummer. But that's because he yells it out before every. For some reason, he yells it out before every song. 1, 2, 3, 4. Like, what the hell's he yelling out his PIN number for? What were we talking about? Oh, the show being over. No. What is?
I think we had a drummer who actually yelled out apples, bananas, peaches, plums, or something like that, just to be different.
Why is Xavier Hollander? What do I not know? Because Ann says love it a good one. Why is Xavier Hollander a good one? What am I? Do you know? You guys are smarter than me. What does that mean? You don't know.
No.
And Ann knows. So Ann and Heavy Kev are on the same page here with this. I don't know. And I feel stupid. Where's Ron Kane this morning, GD? He's your Ron Kane.
Wasn't my turn to watch him.
Well, he would be the perfect one to have all these answers about how these grinder rats will just turn you in for just fucking one dog. You go along your whole life hooking up gay Republicans, whatever, and then you fuck one dog. You send a picture out to your grinder
Xavier
buddy.
Hollander. I forgot about her.
What did she do? She fucked a dog?
I think she was she the happy hooker?
Oh, what made her happy?
She loved rugs.
Dogs?
No, rugs. RUGS. She loved rugs. She was a happy hooker. And she also did knitting and crocheting as well.
Wow. So she would be really old now, right? It's like that vagina just went over when you open it up. It's like dust comes out, right? Yeah.
I don't know. They've done so much of rejuvenation these days.
It's hot, man. I don't know. Did you notice it's hot?
You having a hot flash?
Well, there's no air conditioning in this studio. There never has been.
No internet, no air conditioning.
Right,
man. It's like he's living in the 2024s.
Brutal. It's just brutal. It's brutal, I tell you. But I'm not made for it. I love it hot, but I don't love it humid. And here's did they lay off all the weathermen with the health people? Is that the problem? Did they fire all the weather people? Because yesterday I had a paint party scheduled for the evening in Tanner Park. The weather forecast was for extreme thunderstorms and wind gusts up to 42 miles an hour. And so I canceled the paint party. Not a drop of rain, not even a fucking cloud in the sky. And I'm like, I could have went and done a paint party. They lied to me. The weather people, did they get rid of them?
You don't understand how weather works, okay? This is how it's supposed to work. Remember, weathermen make the predictions. They tell you the weather before it happens. So the weathermen say it's supposed to be cloudy with an 18% chance of rain. Then the government hears that, and they use their machines to create cloudy with 18% rain. Now, the government, since Trump laid off all those people, there's no one there to do when the weatherman says cloudy with 18% chance of rain, there's nobody there to do the cloudy with 18% chance of rain because there's no one there to control it. That's why the weather is off, because there's no one there to operate the machine to control the weather to match the forecast that the weatherman gave several days before.
So if I'm hearing you correctly, you're saying don't bother trying to find her. She's not there.
No trying. That's right.
But all week long, I'm checking the forecast every day and saying 85% chance of rain, 85% of rain, and then I'm like giving it a couple of hours before, and it says 6 o'clock, which is exactly when my paint party is supposed to start. Severe thunderstorms.
Boo.
Not a cloud in the sky. I mean, and I'm looking forward to the thunderstorms now because it will cool things off, right? It usually does, but nothing, not even a drop. So I'm mad. I'm angry. It makes me want to fuck a dog. I'm sorry. Nothing makes me want to fuck a dog.
Okay, and this is the palate cleanser right here. Guinea pigs.
Coffee with the guinea pig. not sure I like it. First of all, why am I wearing daisies on the shirt? I mean, what the fuck is AI think these are daisies? These are.
You know, guinea pigs love to eat daisies.
Please
I
don't
don't
eat the
actually. I don't know that for a
Dandelions.
fact. I do not know that for a fact.
Dandelions.
Dandelions. Yes. Okay.
Well, we're hour and 7 minutes into this train wreck of a show, and we are expecting Galen Wilson to show up with a cowboy hat and tell us about how he. Listen, I'm just gonna parrot because he's gonna get mad that I even said this, but I'm joking, kind of. I'm making light of. I'm GD. I'm making light. His book is his books. He's got lots of books out. It's the Monument of Us, whatever. Uh, it's about
MVP.
relationships and even I don't know where the ED stuff comes in, but it's about he had a heart transplant, and but I'm thinking he just faked it to get his wife to come back to him. Oh, I'm dying. I need a heart transplant, and then his marriage got better, and
That only works if he didn't fill out the will properly. He goes, I'm dying. She goes, oh, you can't die yet. The will isn't filled out.
it's
And
kind of
then,
a
yeah.
far way to go to get the chick back, right? Like, oh, no, we're breaking up. Fine, I hate you. Get out. Oh wait, I need a new heart. And then she comes back and says, oh, I'll take care of you. And then all of a sudden, I'm an expert on ED. Well, first of all, if you got a bad heart, you shouldn't be taking Viagra. We know that, right? Don't we know that?
No, because Viagra didn't start off as an erection pill. It started off as a blood thinner for people with problems with their heart. And then they found out that the boner was a bonus.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I could be taking Viagra instead of the blood thinners I'm taking?
Well, in a different dosage, that is the same pill, I think.
I'm not sure because I haven't had a heart on since 1968, and I'm taking blood thinners every
What's
day.
the dosage? What's the dosage on your heart pill? Now, is your heart pill? Your heart pill's not nitroglycerin, right? Is it like a blood thinner? What's the dosage on it?
I don't know.
Then I can't answer your question.
It's definitely the pills are almost as big as my dick. I could tell you that.
Okay, so they're about like this.
Yeah.
So they're like half a clip.
That meal is but I'm not supposed. I've been told Viagra is no good. You can't once they. Listen, what do they know? This whole heart people, cardiologists, whatever. They don't need it. But after the heart, you shouldn't take. I wasn't taking, but you shouldn't take. I'm not taking. We can't take the Viagra. So why would they stay? Why would they do that?
But it's not okay. There's also that Viagra is just one. There's also, and I think that's what sildenafil. I can't remember the generic name, but there's also tadalafil. There's always an S, which remember S for stiffy. Then there's a T, one that starts with a T, and you remember T for testosterone, but that's not what it stands for.
Are you saying this is all Fauci conspiracy?
No, not Fauci, Couchy.
We lost Elizabeth, which is a shame. But maybe you know what? She needs her access.
No, she's fact checking me. She can't do fact check and watch the screen at the same time.
All right, neither can I, because I don't have internet. I can't see any screens. Oh, right. You know what I mean by that? Oh.
No.
All right. What do I mean by that? You don't know. You just lied to me. You said yes, I know, and then you don't really know.
Oh, I didn't say yes or no. I said no.
Play back the tape.
There's no tape. We don't have internet.
All right. I have internet. I don't know where you don't have internet. I have plenty of internet. I have more.
I have internet. I have internet. I don't have internet. I have internet.
I have more internet than you can you whatever you do. Well, I'm just doing something. Can I just do something?
I got more internet than the law allows.
All right. How did the show go yesterday? Because
within 2 minutes, somebody sent me a message saying the show sucked. There's no Matt, and it went downhill after that.
There's a Matt. There's always a Matt. I don't know if it's a Matthew like me, but there's always a Matt. Look on your doorstep. There's a Matt.
We don't have a Matt on our doorstep.
Oh. Well, that's a welcome thing.
We have one mat at the basement door, but that's only there because when we moved in, it was there,
All
and I
right.
didn't throw it away.
So Elizabeth says, "Thanks for the laughs. Your dad was calling." Uh,
So his pills wore off, and he woke up.
yeah. Anyway, so she won't be rejoining us, which is a shame because I think we were just starting to crack the surface on this. What was the dog wearing discussion? I knew being a feminist that would irk her a little bit. That I asked what was the
Yeah,
dog.
but if the dog's a male, she doesn't have to be a feminist.
What
The
would
feminist
the
wouldn't
dog
kick
be
in if the
wearing
dog
if
is
it
a
was a
male,
male?
huh?
If it was a male, how do you? I mean, what do male dogs wear? Blue jeans and what are dogs?
He could be a male dog and wore speedos.
I'm finding. Speaking of what was she wearing?
Okay.
I never thought like chicks in jeans were all that hot, but lately, maybe because I'm on the internet and it's showing me this crap all over. Women in denim shorts, the cut-off shorts.
Okay, so you mean back in the day of the Daisy Dukes when they were popular back with the good old boys, Dukes of Hazzard. Back in those days when
I never
Daisy Duke,
watched that. Never once saw
neither
that.
did I, but the woman who played the Daisy was all over the place with her Dukes.
Really?
Was her name Barbara Bach?
Have I always? Yeah, I think. No, I don't know. I don't
So
know.
who played Daisy
I know
Duke?
Jessica Simpson did in the movie, right? Jessica
Uh,
Simpson.
yeah.
But
Who
no,
played
I've
Daisy
always
Duke?
been culturally unhip. I couldn't understand. First of all, I'm not a NASCAR guy. I don't like the race cars, whatever the souped up hot rods. I'm the it's
Catherine Bach. I said Barbara Bach. Catherine
yeah.
Bach was the original Daisy Duke.
Not Johann Sebastian.
No. His shorts are much tighter.
Was there a raccoon story yesterday?
Well, there was a raccoon update.
A raccoon update.
Yeah.
Ah,
Oh,
I
she
did not
has no
know. Do
ass
we
at
have a big
all.
raccoon audience?
Oh my God, she has no ass at all. No wonder I didn't watch that show.
Oh, what?
She has thighs and hips, but no ass at all.
Yeah, and that dude John Schneider, he's a dick, right? The guy who was the main guy in that
Oh,
thing.
there he is. Now he's wearing some Daisy Dukes too.
Huh?
Okay, and he has no ass at all either. All right.
Is Catherine Bach related to Barbara Bach, or they just box?
They may just be boxed. You know how they are. You
Yeah.
can't.
Yeah,
You
you
open up
open
a
one
channel.
box, and then there's another box inside that box, and it's a littler
Right.
box. It's just a forever and ever box thing. I hate that. That's not a joke. Um, you know how it's weird. The internet listens to you. It spies on you. You know that, right?
Of course, everybody knows that. Who
Because
doesn't know that?
we were talking about Olga Namer and the joke thief who robbed from her, Susie Joke Thief, whatever her name is.
Susie
And,
Chapstick.
and now Facebook and YouTube are both showing me reels from Olga Namer like constantly. I mean, and I love her. She's fucking great. She's one of the best comedians out there working now in my view. But it's like, what are you doing to me, internet? You're listening to my show and then just like
Well, at least we know somebody's listening. That's the important thing.
it's a bot. It's not a somebody. It's a bot. Uh, okay, now why? Why?
Witchcraft.
It's very it's a good graphic, but the question is why? Lightning
Because we're
strike.
talking about she said Mary Magdalene was a witch, which isn't true. Mary Magdalene is not a witch, but that's she wasn't a witch. She was wealthy.
That looks more like Elizabeth than the first thing with the where she looked like Laurie Wolf. She looks more like Elizabeth Croydon there. But what is that round thing she's holding? What is that? Is that
Statue
a
of Liberty.
drum?
Oh
Drum?
yeah, it's a drum. It's a drum, and the other thing in her left hand would be what she uses to whack the drum.
Nice. Looks like I just got a notification that our guest is here.
Yes.
So why don't you read? Because I can't read. Can you read his intro? Because I can't read.
Can I read?
Can you read?
This
Yeah,
is an
because
1860.
I don't know if you
This
noticed.
is
I
not
have no internet.
1865 anymore. Yes, I can read, Matt.
All right, I can do this. I have
Oh,
internet.
oh, oh, oh! Now you want to read? once I let you know
No,
that
go
I
ahead.
can
You
read.
knock
No,
yourself out.
no, you got it. You got
Oh,
it.
no, by all means.
You wrote it. You wrote
No,
it
by all.
because you wrote it. If I read it, I'm going to read it like you wrote it. That means
He's
I'm going to
already,
include.
you know, he's already regretting ever deciding to come on.
I'm going to include the typos that you have in there. So you will read it the way it should be written because subconsciously
I
you
just
won't
want
see
to
the
say if there's any
typos.
typos, it's his responsibility because I cut and pasted right from his Podmax page. So
So I'm definitely not going to read it because I will read the typos and that would be
he
wrong.
doesn't have any typos. He's a
There's a
good
typo.
typist.
There's always a typo, and I
You
always
know,
find it.
not everybody is like me, who could tape them with one finger and look. And I'm not even picking and whatever they call that.
The typo was in the previous one where comic was spelled without an O.
All right. Before we make him have to get another heart, let me read this thing. Galen Wilson, a heart transplant survivor, 20 years sober, former alcoholic. I don't.
That's
Alcoholic
not
is like a
last.
Marine.
That's not gonna
Being
last.
an alcoholic is like a Marine. You're never an ex-Marine. You're always a Marine. So former alcoholic.
I'm just saying, by the end of this show, he'll be back on the bottle. I apologize in advance.
I'm sorry about that. Well, anyway, former alcoholic, relationship author, erectile dysfunction advocate.
So he's advocating for erectile dysfunction.
Erectile dysfunction advocate. Like, okay, I want everybody. It sounds like you want people to have, right? You're encouraging.
It sounds like his spokesperson says you should. Like he's the Oprah of erectile dysfunction. You get an ED, and you get an ED, and you get an ED. Yes.
All right. He's a certified. Look at my lips. Certified thriving relationship coach and founder of the Monument Method Institute with his wife Heather. He's here now, and he probably regrets being here now. Good morning, Galen Wilson.
What have I done?
What have you done? No, I apologize for making you do what you have done, but this is what you stumbled into, and I'm going to show.
You never know.
Yeah, I could not find which is the beginning place for the Monument Method because you have like 20 or 30 books or volumes of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I just went with the break.
Yeah. Well, the break is my domestic violence field crisis guide for men.
Well, I was talking about this with the wife the other day because I used to be a rageaholic, and I've never hit a woman and never would hit a woman. But when we got into fights, I would do stupid things like punch out my television and then have to buy a new television. And I was talking about because we know another couple that is going through this where they broke up because of his rage. And we went through counseling when I was at that point in my life. And I made a discovery, or at least an admission, that rage was really just fear of abandonment, fear of the relationship going to hell. And I did not want to express it, or I did not know how to express it properly. And it always came out and just like, hit something, you'll feel better. Is that what you experienced, or no? Or were you that guy who punched walls and televisions and?
Yeah, in fact, you're kind of giving away the punchline of the Monument Method because what happened was after my heart transplant, I had this insane need to pay that blessing forward, and so I got Heather and I into a course to become certified thriving relationship coaches, so I could help other people find the joy that we have. And the very first book that I read was by Dr. Sue Johnson called Hold Me Tight. And in it, she talks about her attachment theory. And that is that we were bred through thousands of years of prehistoric evolution to have an instinct for a strong attachment to our mates. And that those that didn't have it in those times didn't survive, and their offspring didn't survive. So it got brought forth into modern man as an instinct that's just as strong as our need for food or need for water. And then she went on to say, and this ties into exactly what you just said, she went on to say that most of the fights that we get into are not about what we're fighting about, but about the fact that that attachment instinct has detected a threat to the attachment and has thrown the body into fight or flight mode.
Wow.
And so you get both parties in fight or flight mode. The logical brain leaves the building. That's why you can't communicate your way out of these fights because the lizard brains are in control after the logical brain leaves.
Yeah,
And the lizard brains say things.
My logical brain checked out, I think, before puberty. I am a very emotional, reactionary person, and TD has seen that. I think you can vouch for that. Somebody leaves a little bit of a snide comment in the comment section here, and I'm ready to tear their head off or call their mother a skankor or whatever. Reactionary. It is, and I hate to kind of. It sounds like the man is always at fault here because I don't.
No.
In my case, I feel like that, but I know that it takes two, right? So does the woman bear any responsibility in this kind of thing at all, or it's all me, right? It's all me.
Yeah, no, absolutely. That's one of my biggest pet peeves is in the domestic violence genre, and I'm going to get myself in trouble for saying this, but a lot of times the woman's just as responsible for him hitting her as he is. Because when you get in fight or flight mode, your lizard brains are in control. And those lizard brains say things that aren't true and that are just made up out of whole cloth. and if the other person's in fight or flight, his logical brain isn't saying, wait a minute, that's not true. It automatically goes, you're the enemy. And so,
we're missing, but we're actually missing something because it's not just two choices. It's not fight or flight. There's also a third choice, which people will sometimes say is like play dead or whatever. But basically, you're not fighting, you're not flighting. You're more like, in my case, it's more like wait and see. But or some people think of it as like a paralysis. But to be honest, I know when I'm in those situations, I actually choose which three. I'll go like, which of the three is the best one to have right now? And so as a result, like if I'm arguing, if my wife and I are having an argument, because I want the relationship to survive the argument, I go into my nothing mode. Which I mean, in way drives her crazy.
Your flight mode.
Because I'm standing there and I'm looking. Now my mother used to say, "You're looking straight through me like I'm not there," and it's not that. I'm looking straight through you as if the anger's not there, and I'm trying to find out not what you're saying, but why you're saying it.
All right, let me because Galen said this might get me in trouble. Obviously, he wasn't listening to the first hour of this program because after that, there is nothing that you could say that would be offensive.
Okay.
But your wife Heather, she went through this thing with you, this driving relationship stuff.
Right.
Did you ever discuss? Does she come out and talk about I am going to take the heat on this. Women they have this memory of everything you've ever done wrong, going back to the first date, the first time they met you, and the propensity to kind of, as soon as we're in any kind of conflict, go back and rehash everything that you've ever done, but never brought it up in the moment that, you're being an asshole right now. Did you talk about that from the female perspective? Because I'm just curious.
Well, yeah, and actually what we've done with the monument method is short circuit all of that. We've put a handbrake on those fights. And so when we learned about attachment theory, Heather and I have always had an amazing relationship. We've been together 24 years, and it's, we have our fights, or had our fights, not so much anymore. But when I learned about attachment theory, I got with her and I said, okay, how do we stop triggering each other's attachment instinct and getting into fight or flight? And so the first thing I thought about was, well, we need to watch what tone we talk to each other in, because sometimes you talk to your loved one like they're the worst person on the planet. And you think you're getting away with it because they love you, but you're really not, because you're triggering that attachment instinct.
Yeah.
And so we gave each other permission, and permission is so important. You've got to become a team against the lizard brains. Heather and I believe we're building this big, beautiful marble monument to our relationship. And every kind word and loving gesture, and especially when you make love with presence, you're building onto that monument. But every cruel word or cold shoulder or fight you get into is like taking a hammer and chisel to that monument. And so we gave each other permission to start calling each other out when we were using tone. You know, like, honey, did you really need to say that way? And so that helped some, but we were still getting into the fights and getting in fight or flight mode and bringing up stuff from 20 years ago, like you said. And so I got to thinking further, okay, how do we stop? How do we stop getting into fight or flight mode altogether? And so I came up with the idea that we gave each other a sacred word, and ours is monument. And so anytime either one of us sees the other one heading towards the monument with the hammer and chisel, in other words, we've said something that's going to start a fight, the other one can call monument. And what that does is two things. It first of all reminds us that our monument is more important than the fight we're getting ready to get into. The Monument Method Institute motto is fiercely protect the monument. And so the second thing that it does is I called it a sacred word because we made a sacred vow that no matter how mad we were, the fight stopped right there. But when you stop the fight and you're mad, you don't separate and go away and try to calm down, because if you do that, you come back together and you're right back at it, right where you were. And so what we discovered to stop us getting in fight or flight altogether is when either one of us calls monument, we stop, we come together and embrace each other's arms and gaze lovingly into each other's eyes and patch that little spot on the monument we just chipped out. Monument. And so the science behind that is when you gaze into your lover's eyes, it goes into that primal brain and tells that primal brain, your attachment's safe. You can stand down. And that's what it does. It stands the body down out of fight or flight mode. The logical brain returns to the building, and you can logically discuss what you were getting ready to have a big fight about.
Or
so
your mate says, now I
you
got
practice
you.
This, and it does take.
Go ahead, GD, you can finish your point.
No, or your mate says, once they see the eyes, they go, now I got you. Go ahead.
Yeah. Oh, now I got you. Yeah. That gotcha. We want to win. I think
hang
that's
on
the
with
big
me here.
There is no win, right?
Yeah, you right. You got to make the monument more important than your ego, and you got to agree to this beforehand when you're both calm. You make it more important than your ego and more important than winning that fight, because you're right. Nobody wins those fights. And so as you practice this, and it does take practice because we as humans seem to be wired to fight. And so it takes practice. But as you practice it, all the little fights just disappear, because as soon as one of you says something that was going to start a fight, the other one's calling monument, you come together and you repair that. You fix it before there's a repair necessary. And then even the big fights that you used to be mad at each other for a day and a half for are over in 5-10 minutes, because one of us is going, wait a minute, what are we doing to our monument? And we're coming back together and repairing that. And so one of the things that happens when a couple gets in fight or flight, their lizard brains see each other as the enemy. And so eventually, if you stay in that fight or flight a lot in your relationship, you do emotional system damage. And I always say there's no sexual desire without emotional system damage, or without emotional system safety. And so eventually, if you're in that a lot and you're doing damage to that emotional system all the time, eventually you get to 5 years down the road and you got a couple that say they love each other, but there's no sex happening because neither one of them their bodies won't let the desire rise in them. So as you practice this and you start repairing regularly, that heals that emotional system safety in each other to where the partner becomes your emotional system's safest place. And all of a sudden, that desire can flood back into a relationship.
I'm curious about this because it's sexual desire. I think the myth is that it's natural for that to diminish after a certain amount of time. And to me, I'm thinking about when any relationship is new, you want to fuck all the time. But if you've been together for
Yeah.
25 years, 25 years, it's like, all right, I've had steak every day this week. How about I have a salad? Or I don't know.
Okay, but there's
Well,
an episode. There's an episode of A Modern Family where Phil was talking to his wife Claire. They're playing role. They're doing a role model, and they're pretending they don't know each other. They're trying to pick each other up at a bar, and they're pretending they don't know each other. And so Claire, in her character, says to Phil, in his character, "If your wife is so wonderful, why are you here with me?" And he says, "I love and respect my wife too much to do to her what I'm going to do to you."
Oh. You're an amazing person because you seem to have a total recall of every script of every sitcom that's ever played on TV.
No, my wife seems to think that too, but it's not true.
Yeah.
I only remember the ones that I can use as a teachable moment.
So Galen, the question I have is that natural or is it unnatural that we lose interest after 20 years or so?
It's unnatural. Yeah, I say it's unnatural because it's due to laziness because you're not working on that relationship every day.
Sex becomes a lot of work.
Right. Right. Well, no. It's the exact opposite. You work on becoming one with your woman, and then the sex naturally comes behind that. You work on that, on staying connected with her, especially for women. Women need that emotional system safety. What's that?
What were we saying, ZD? Well,
no, he said the sex will come from behind that, and I said no. Sometimes they don't like that from behind. You have to get permission. It has to be established. You have to establish that first. You just don't try it.
I apologize for that, Galen. We won't let him back.
So,
he'll be fired after the show.
Matt, don't remove it.
Oh,
well, you kicked him out.
I didn't remove him. He removed himself. He's making me look like a bad guy. Both my hands were here. Everybody saw my hands. I didn't remove him from anything.
Okay, so Matt.
Yeah.
Okay, I've got another part that even is better than this because the monument method protects the monument from each other. Okay, so after I had written the book last fall, I was out working on one of my vehicles, and I'm a decent mechanic from my farming years. I overhauled tractor engines back in my 20s, but these new cars are a pain in the butt. And I've been working on our Infinity for 2 months and finally got it running. So I drove it around the block, pulled it in the driveway. I was so proud. Heather wanted to go visit friends. We made best friends with a man who got his heart 17 days after I got mine. And so Heather and his wife have trauma bonded over their heart transplant husbands.
Wow. This heart transplant.
And so we got in the car to go, push, and
okay. Did we lose him? Did he freeze up? We have an internet
okay. You broke up a little bit there.
GD, are you hearing me?
I'm still here.
Yeah. All right. I'm sorry. You were in the middle of saying something and I interrupted, but because I've had some congestive heart failure in the last year or so. Transplant is an extreme thing. They wanted to do a stent, and they said a stent, and if the stent was dangerous at all, they were going to do a bypass, and even that scared the shit out of me. I mean, I can't imagine having a transplant. Was it that extreme? You went straight to the transplant option right from go when
No,
you found out?
it was 3.5 years. Yeah, I had a virus attack my heart in the winter of 2014. And then on June 19th of 2018, I set Heather down at 9 o'clock at night. She had watched me dying in front of her eyes for 3.5 years. And my heart was so bad I couldn't walk to the mailbox and back. And I sat her down and I said, honey, I'm not going to be here in 2 to 3 months. We need to finish getting ready. We'd been to the mortuary once already, and we had some vital decisions to make. And a half an hour after I told her that, we got the call there was a heart available. And so we grabbed our little to-go bag like a pregnant couple keeps, and off to Denver we went. It was a 200-mile drive to Denver. And we were having an eastern Colorado huge hailstorm that night. So the first 100 miles was in rain and hail. And so the waterworks were going inside the car and outside the car, because she had switched from crying because I had told her I was dying to crying because she was excited and scared because there was a 5% chance I'd die on that table.
Wow.
And they had given us till 1:30 in the morning to get there, and we slid into that parking lot at 1:15. And so they rolled me into OR at 4 o'clock, and by 9 o'clock the next morning I had a 38-year-old heart in my 61-year-old body.
Wow.
Okay, I have a question for you. So before the surgery, you picked out a coffin, pretty much, or was it a coffin? Or you being cremated? A coffin?
That was one of the things we needed to go. Yeah, we were still bouncing at that point. You know, when you're in that long-term health decline, you tend to put that off as much as you can. You don't want to think about it. And so we were still bouncing between whether I was going to get cremated or whether I was going to have a coffin. And so
okay. I was wondering what you had decided, and would you make the same decision now later? And if you pick the coffin, would you pick a different coffin? Like, okay, yeah, that one was nice back then, but now I think it's like a luxury model. I think I've heard first class. That was business class. So I was just curious about that.
Yeah. Well, see, I'm the kind that says, "Oh, just burn me up and put me in a jar. Mason jar's fine if you want it." Yeah. Heather, on the other hand, wanted the fancy funeral and the nice coffins and a grave site that she could go visit. So we had a lot of rough decisions to make that thankfully they've given me another 20 plus years with my soulmate.
Wow. It's got to be scary as hell. But I'm curious, was bypass not an option in your case, or you had to go heart transplant? Because that seems like extreme.
When they did the angiogram, mine was a viral induced congestive heart failure, and so when they did the angiogram, right as soon as I got into the ER in Colorado Springs, they came back and said, your heart is completely clear. There's absolutely no blockages at all. I would have been perfectly fine if I hadn't caught that virus that attacked my heart. So stents weren't necessary because my heart was wide open. But it just kept getting weaker and weaker, and it started going into AFib. That's where the top part, it doesn't beat with the bottom part. So when your heart's weak and then it doesn't beat right, you're a sick man really quick.
Now this is the mechanic in me.
Okay.
If they have not taken out the heart, giving you, let's say, a pacemaker for a month, and kept your other heart alive, but bombarded with antibiotics or whatever will kill the virus, and once the heart is cured of whatever the viral infection was, use that heart again.
No, because what had happened, the virus had come and gone before I ever even made it to the ER. Back in 2015, the virus was gone, but it had done the damage. That my left ventricle, in a normal echocardiogram, you can see the left ventricle pumping like this. And I looked at one of mine towards the end, and it was just kind of going like this. It wasn't pumping.
It's not supposed to do that. It's.
I think what's important from the audience perspective here,
that's
and
jazz hands.
I'm not
that's jazz hands.
trying to diminish your work at all, but I'm curious, were you and Heather in this thriving relationship, the monument method, before the heart thing or after the heart thing?
No, it's all come about because we did have an amazing relationship. I met her in the fall of 2002, so we're about to be together 24 years, and I was on the tail end of my alcoholism. Then I was staying sober for 6 months or so, and then having weekend binges, and so they say a lot of times an alcoholic will switch addictions. Well, I just switched my addiction from alcohol to Heather. So we were intimate a lot. We basically never left the romance phase for the first 12 years before that virus attacked. And so the bond that we had developed during that 12 years was what carried us through the 3.5. Because it normally, a lot of times in those long-term health crisis situations, either the patient pushes their caregiver away and withdraws into themselves, or the caregiver just gets so exhausted that they say, I can't do this anymore, I'm out of here. And so that never happened with Heather. She never hinted that she wanted out. She stuck by me and nursed me and took care of me right through to the end.
Well, because in my relationship, and my wife probably doesn't want me sharing this stuff on the internet, but we weren't getting along that well before my heart issues, and the heart issues created some he might be dead type of, and things got better, and they have been better since. So I'm thinking I need to have a heart attack once a year to keep my relationship.
No, actually. I was just getting ready to tell you about the sanctuary bond, and this is what you need to implement, because I told you about my car that didn't start, and so smoke's coming out my ears. I'm so upset. I'm not a normally angry guy, but I was angry because I had worked on the thing 2 months, and it all of a sudden was dead again, and so my brain's going crazy. I go get my other car and pull it up across the lawn to jump start it. I pop the trunk to go get the jumper cables out that I know are there. When I get there, I don't see them. I don't see them because they're under a blanket, that if I'd been regulated enough to move the blanket, I could have found them. But I didn't see them, so I knew of an old set that I had in the garage that I bought 40 years ago. And that's how you can tell that you're getting old, is when you can talk about stuff you bought 40 years ago. And so I go grab those, and I'm carrying them out, and I'm looking at them, and I said, oh no, I've left these out in the weather too many times over their 40 years. And they were all rusty and nasty, and I'm going, oh, these aren't going to conduct any electricity. And sure enough, I put them on the other car and click the other end together to see if there's a spark, and there's nothing. So I'm gone now. I grab them off, and I hold them over my head and throw them on the concrete. Well, Heather's in the car with the hood up, so she doesn't see this, and the windows are up so she doesn't hear it. So she has no clue that her husband's spiraling out of control just feet in front of her. So I went back in the garage, got another set of jumper cables, got it all hooked up. I walk around to the driver's side of the car, and I'm nearly a puddle on the concrete. I'm so upset. And I open the door, and picture this, a 69-year-old man crawling in on his hands and knees in the driver's seat. And I get like 8 inches from Heather's face and say, I need a monument. And the second our eyes met, that anger just went gone. And it shocked me because I was expecting it to help me calm down, but it was just gone. And so first thing I did was, you have my permission. Anytime you see me spiraling, you can come give me a monument and get me to calm down. And so as I wrote the second book, the Monument Method 2, the Sanctuary Bond, and that's what we're calling this, is the Sanctuary Bond, because I realized how powerful it was and what had happened. Heather and I had been practicing the monument method for a couple of years by then. So we had trained our nervous systems that when eye gazing happened, it was time to stand the body down out of fight or flight mode. And so we had basically trained ourselves that even though it wasn't us that was mad at each other, it had the same exact same effect. It brought the body back down out of fight or flight mode. So the power in this is I'm going to get a little traditional, probably get in trouble with some of your. The woman's in the kitchen cooking kitchen cooking supper, and the man's been out in the world all day, and the world has just been mean to him. And he's in fight mode. And so traditionally, she would stay in the kitchen and hide maybe till he had a chance to calm down, or she would come out and engage with him, and all of a sudden she's in fight or flight too, and the outside world has brought its hammer and sizzle into the home and is going at their monument. But now with the sanctuary bond, he comes in the door in fight or flight mode. She sees that, and with his permission, it takes prearranged permission, because I mean, eye gazing somebody that you don't have their permission is just creepy. So she comes to him, gives him monument, gets him to settle down out of fight or flight mode. That does two things. First of all, it increases that bond between them, increases the nervous system safety with each other, to where your partner becomes your nervous system's safest place in the world. Your relationship becomes a refuge from all the crazy on the outside world. And so the second thing it's going to do is it's going to make him live longer, because all of a sudden he doesn't have that cortisol and adrenaline and all the stress hormones running through his body all evening, and he's battling with his wife all evening. So once they do that, all of a sudden they get to have a wonderful evening together, probably some pretty good lovemaking later, because they've reestablished that connection as soon as he got into the house. So that's what we call the sanctuary bond.
Our friend from New Zealand says he wants to know if you have any kids. He said kids destroy romance. Your take on that observation that kids destroy romance?
No,
true?
Only if you let them. I was married at 20, had 4 kids by the time I was 26, and my ex and I kept sexual most of the marriage until the alcoholism just got so too bad. And so when I met Heather, I had kind of went insane and married a 17-year younger woman with a 2, 4, and 8-year-old. And so I raised my second family with them, and we seriously made love every day and sometimes every morning and every night for 12 years.
With each other or with other people?
I'm just thinking I got to start wearing my cowboy hat more often, because 17 years. Well, there you go.
Well, and I turned 70 on the 17th. 10 days I turned 70, and we're still there. You go. We're still making love 2 to 3 times a week, and I tell guys in my ED groups that I've administrated the 2 largest erectile dysfunction groups for 5 years, over 5 years now on Facebook. And I tell my guys, when you learn to make sex more about the spiritual connection than about the performance, the sexual performance, that's when it becomes amazing, utterly fulfilling, never gets boring, and you create a lifetime bond that neither one of you would be stupid enough to have an affair to endanger it.
Yeah. TD, get your cowboy hat, please. Yeah. They need to make a cowboy hat that fits over headphones.
I need a cowboy hat. Sorry.
But yeah, I went with the little in-earbud ones, because I started with the.
I bought some last night, but I can't. You know what? My ears are too big to wrap the thing around there, because I got these gigantic ears, so it's not going to work for me. So I'm just curious.
You don't need a cowboy hat if you have dreadlocks. Don't you know that, Matt? If you have dreadlocks, you don't need a cowboy hat.
It's too hot for cowboy hats.
Yeah, that's one thing you never see. You never see cowboy hats with dreads, do you?
No, you don't need both. You don't need both.
Yeah. Here on Long Island, we have no cow. There used to be lots of cattle farms here, but there are none. But if you go down on the South Shore, you will see 1,000 cowboy hats. It's like why are you wearing a cowboy hat? You've never ever been near a horse or a cow or
Yeah.
anything in your life. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
digressing for that.
I came by mine honestly. My dad was a cattle rancher. I have castrated calves and ridden horses and
Well,
I did the whole
I
cowboy.
spent years
I-
working on a
I-
cattle ranch in New Mexico, so I think I earned my right to wear a cowboy hat. But I think
I don't have any of that, but my first wife was a heifer. So
there you
no,
go.
no.
And no wonder she's your ex-wife with that kind of.
Yes,
anyway.
no wonder.
I'm curious more about this erectile dysfunction thing because it is for men. We do gauge our worth, our masculinity, or our self esteem on performance, and the minute it just it becomes a little, I don't know, slower or not a little challenging. You get the first hint of erectile dysfunction. All of a sudden, it becomes a mental problem now, and it's going to escalate.
Exactly.
And we are prescribing drugs for that. It said here you're a dysfunctional erectile dysfunction advocate. What does that mean? Like,
Well, and maybe I need to change that. But
Yeah.
no, you're right. Erectile dysfunction is such a touchy subject amongst men that we don't talk about it. I mean, you try to talk to a man about erectile dysfunction when it's not an anonymous thing, and they don't want to talk about it.
You don't know any comedians then. If
and,
you know
and
any
so
comedians,
that's my advocacy. Advocacy is
then Gil, you don't know any comedians. If you know any comedians with erectile dysfunction, that is like golden material for them.
it's the number one premise according to Comics Daily. I'm just making that up. There's no such thing.
Yeah, I know a comedian guy named Mike Black, and he had diabetes, and at one point he had erectile dysfunction because of the diabetes, and he says this is so and he looking at all these beautiful women in the audience. He goes, before my dick stopped working, I'd be hitting on you, and I'd be hitting on you, and but now I'm happy. But now I can just see you and not care, and so. Yeah,
I hate to even go here. Galen, I have a question about erectile dysfunction because I have a theory about it, and it may talk about it, get in trouble. It seems to me that the internet and pornography are playing a big role in that. Like men, it's not that you're unhealthy; it's that you're watching too much porn and beating off too much. Do you agree that that plays into it? Because we didn't hear about erectile dysfunction before there was internet, or people
didn't talk about it. It was there. People just
it was there, but not as prevalent as it seems to be now, right?
I mean, otherwise you wouldn't have. So go ahead, go Galen. Sorry.
Yeah. To answer that, I have probably talked at least a dozen young men out of suicide because porn completely destroyed their erections. I mean, we're talking 22-year-olds that, especially in Muslim countries. I in my erectile dysfunction group, I had guys from all over the world I was helping, and in Muslim countries, these young men were raised in very religious households. And all of a sudden, Mark Zuckerberg gives them phones, and they have unlimited access to porn. And they're not in their societies. They're not allowed to really marry until they're in their late 20s to 30s. And so you've got all these hormone crazed young men that have all of a sudden found an outlet, and it gets to the point where they can get to the point where they have no erection at all. But to go on to your thing, even in men our age, that porn can be a big interference. When I first joined the erectile dysfunction groups over 5 years ago, that was one of the first things I saw them talking about, was how porn affected it. And so I started cutting back on the porn, and that helped. But when I quit it altogether, it really helped, because first of all, my erections got better. But second of all of a sudden, a couple of weeks after I'd quit the porn, my wife started looking a whole lot hotter to me. And my desire for her skyrocketed.
Yeah. I don't think
And
you even have to go to pornography now.
I honestly say,
these pictures of women all over the place. I think you have to get off social media, and your wife will start looking much more attractive. The thing is, if you go on Instagram, it's just like, whoa, and it's like, it's too much. It's I appreciate what you're saying on that.
Yeah, there's thirst traps everywhere.
Yeah. Thirst traps. You know that. Ron has used that phrase.
I recommend.
Yeah,
I recommend any guy that's got ED, get away from the porn, because that's even if your ED is physically caused, that just exacerbates the situation. And I hate to exacerbate in public.
Okay. You shouldn't. You get arrested for that.
We've already. I just want. We're short on time here. The Monument Method Institute.com. Now, the institute part of this is what I'm really interested in. Is there a actual place where people go when you work one-on-one with people?
Well, there's going to be. We're just in startup phases. I've spent the last 9 months working 12 to 14-hour days, 6 to 7 days a week, since
God bless you.
I've gotten on this mission. It's weird because like I say, I turned 70 and I am not tired. I have never been so energized in my life, because I have a way that I'm going to leave a legacy, because I really think the Monument Method is the way to save millions of marriages and make millions more monumental. And so it's really become my passion. And we're planning. I've got a Monument Method for Parenting book series planned, a Monument Method for long-term illness, Monument Method for long-term health care in nursing homes, Monument Method for corporate team building. So I've got a big vision going here.
Okay, and now I said it in the beginning here that there were a lot of books. I lost count of books. Is there a prerequisite method, like which book they start with, or can they just go to Amazon, pick any one of them out?
The Monument Method is the foundational book. That was the very first book written. Everything else is built on it. If you're a single man or single woman, I've got Monument Man or Monument Woman as a good place to start. They're my dating. I've got 4-book ready series dating books, and cool. The Monument Man and Monument Woman are for older adults, and then Man Before the Monument and Woman Before the Monument are my 16 to 25-year-old books. And I wrote those books in such a way that.
No, so you have a dating service also for single people who are trying to look for a mate who's in the Monument Method, right? Is that
right?
Just getting that
right. That's what I was about to say. It's still in infancy. It's just been out about a month, and it's got one person in it. So we are startup big time. But I wrote those books in such a way that they get the whole Monument Method and the Sanctuary Bond in those books. And so that by the time they get done with them, they say, okay, this is great, but where do I find somebody to build a monument with? And so that's why I created Monument Validated Person, MVP, dating site.
Yeah.
And you have to read one of the books and pass a quiz before you can even get in the site.
So the dating site, so that people can meet, there's only one person. So while they're waiting, you're giving them porn, so that later on you can get them off the porn, so their erection dysfunction will go away. Is that how that works?
Listen, we're offering
No,
you
I'm giving away the
great
books.
severance package. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
I'm giving away the 4 books right now to try to get that
Okay.
off the ground. First of all, I'm gonna make MVP free for life. I'm never gonna charge for it because I just feel it's that important to have a place for these people to find each other. And right now I'm giving away the 4 books of the Ready series. If you go to the Monument Method Institute and click on the MVP and scroll down to the bottom, you can download the books in either PDF or EPUB that you can port into your Kindle and read them.
Now I have one last question about the MVP. Then, do you have like an ad, even if it's an AI generated ad that can run on like on these apps like TikTok and so forth, so that people can find out about that in as opposed to them coming to your website? Because sometimes just an ad with attractive people in it
Yeah.
catches the eye, and
Yeah.
they come look at that.
Yeah, I haven't gotten there yet. I did have a young man from Nigeria pop into my Facebook, and he hold with me here because I know about the
You
I know about the
prince wouldn't have trouble meeting women.
Yeah.
I know all about the scam. So this guy he came into my Facebook and he included a trailer for my Monument Hearts romance series. We've got 18 romance books that are based off of the relationship books. So that I've created a whole new genre. They're not the fantasy romance stuff. They're showing people, dysregulated people who find the Monument Method and become monument couples. So they're the relationship books told in a love story. And so he had given me a trailer for that. He didn't even charge me anything for it. He says, "Here it is. If you like it, please pay me $50." And it was killer. And so I paid him his $50, and then I had him do one for the Monument Method books, and I paid him that $50, and I had him do one for the ED books. But I haven't got around to the. You're right. I hadn't thought of the idea of having him do one for MVP.
Very cool stuff. Well, listen, we thank you for being part of this program, and I really sincerely applaud your passion and dedication to what you're doing. And
Well, thank you. Thank you.
It's a great thing, and that will keep you alive. Just having anything that you are passionate about will keep you young and keep you alive. So
yeah, I've actually noticed I am a lot more alert now than I was 10 months ago. I was having a lot of memory issues. Not that the memory issues are gone, because now I got 27 open tabs at any one time thinking about this book or that book.
Yeah.
Well, I think this show will help you. I think this show will help with that because you will want to forget us, and that will help with your memory problems.
Yeah. All right. Well, Galen, thank you very much for being here. We do what we can to help people find out about you. They can go to monumentmethodinstitute.com. It's kind of a long spell there, but the link is in the description. The link's in the description no matter what platform you're on. Please go there. Listen, there's some confidentiality, like for guys, I'm certain. They don't want the whole world knowing they're having little problems in that area, right?
Mm-hmm.
Unless they're comedians. If they're comedians, it's okay.
Yeah. So you don't have to worry about exposing yourself to the world. That's probably a bad choice of words, but get the book and make your marriage or your relationship better, right?
Yeah. All right. There you go. Well, make it monumental.
All right. Thank you very much for being here. We appreciate it.
Okay. Thank you so much. Bye. Fiercely protect your monuments.
All right. Bye for now. Galen Wilson, folks. The Monument Method Institute.com. What do you got to say before? Planet of the Apes. Why Planet of the Apes?
That's a good question.
Yeah. Where did that come from? Now,
Elizabeth talking about the lizard brain. That's what it is. There are all these lizards there. Because we were talking about the lizard brain when you fight the lizard brain.
So why isn't it Planet of the Lizards?
I don't know the answer to that. Maybe that was the poster model he wanted.
Yeah. I'm too easily confused.
Okay, well, in that case, let's go with this one.
Chimpanzee with a bat hitting. What is he hitting?
Brains. They're
Sperm?
little, looks like little lizard brains crawling all over the machines.
Brain break. How not to let small minds win. Oh, so it's, yeah, that's not what he means by small minds, by small brain, right?
And lizard brains. Yeah, these are little lizard brains.
General Ursus. Are we still on Planet of the Apes? Where's
That's,
General Ursus character? Where is it?
yeah, so I did somewhere there's a bleed over between the Planet of the Apes and the lizard brains.
Did somebody mention Planet of the Apes? I mean, it's very crazy.
It could have been something that phonetically sound like it. I don't know.
All right. Well, now I'm going to be carrying this confusion around all day. I just want to say, it's when it's apparent that somebody has a slight delay issue, you have to wait until they take a breath before you ask them a question, or you got to be really cognizant of, oh, there's a delay issue here.
Yeah, I wasn't aware of the delay because I wasn't hearing a delay.
No, it wasn't a delay with us. It was delay was with him, and that became apparent when I asked him a question, and he would keep going. Or if the very first time I kind of stepped on him a little bit, it was like, oh wait, he didn't catch on till like 3 minutes into it. Okay, so now I'm just gonna wait and watch till he takes a breath, and then ask the next question. Anyway, I'm teaching you StreamYard etiquette here.
Yeah, I did recognize there was a delay, but I didn't know if it was. I couldn't tell if it was like a permanent delay or what. I didn't know when because we didn't have a delay in the beginning,
right?
And it just started, and I didn't know if it was a temporary one, so I didn't know the delay would have been over or not.
It's my cable company because I'm not paying them that $15. If I pay them that $15, they will fix all these problems. It's like a tug of war now, or a line in the sand. I'm just gonna. Anyway, it's time to wrap this thing up. I didn't say goodbye to Govs now, so two things on Govs at once.